What is going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another Bring the Juice Colts podcast live stream. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it, guys. Hope you all are having a great Thursday evening. Guys, there's a lot to talk about. Things that went on over the last few hours, and things that have happened so far today that we need to talk about. And this is going to be a pretty fun show. It's going to be a relaxed show. It's going to be kind of fun to just talk with you guys. But so we might as well just go ahead and drop into this stuff real quick. So while I wait for a few more people to get in here, let's say hi to everyone. John B, what's up? Brandon, how you doing? Jedediah, how you doing, man? Diehard Colts fan, what's up, dude? Indiana Sports Talk, how y'all doing today? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Shout out to all you guys. Thank you so much for all the support on the channel recently. Be sure to hit the like button, guys, on this stream. It helps it get out to more people. Greatly appreciate if you guys would do that for me. And today, guys, is going to be a lot of fun because earlier, so we heard, I think a lot of Colts Nation heard about the DeForest Buckner trade rumors, right? That was something that came up, and if I'm not mistaken, I think that he didn't delete the tweet. Okay, so this happened earlier today. Let me see if I can get this shown up here. So if you haven't already seen this, NFL Rumors posted this earlier today. And it was saying how the NFL rumor is that Colts DeForest Buckner wants to play for a contender and could be traded. Buckner has a 19.7 cap savings with a trade and zero dead money. Now, here's the thing. So, now this tweet, one thing is for certain is that DeForest Buckner could still be traded. He could still be traded. Okay, there's always the possibility of that. But it was insinuating that DeForest Buckner wants to leave and that he was wanting to get out of this situation. Now, the only thing is, what up, Nick? How you doing? The only thing is with this is you now look at this tweet, which came right after this tweet came up. And thank you, everybody, once again for tuning in. Be sure to like the stream, guys. It'll help reach it out to more people. And in following in response to NFL Rumors talking about this was the tweet that DeForest Buckner put out this morning saying, I need you to check your sources at NFL Rumors. So this is awesome. DeForest Buckner basically insinuating to all of Indianapolis Colt Nation that he is not going anywhere and that things are all going to be okay unless he gets traded somehow, some way, which I don't think is going to end up happening because he's the second best player on our defense. You know, it's important to keep somebody like that around. But yeah, DeForest Buckner definitely putting it to NFL Rumors. Again, guys, I made the mistake of following this page, guys. Just don't do it. Don't follow what NFL Rumors says. They spew out a lot of garbage and they only repost things that the big media guys talk about. So just do yourself a favor. Just don't do it. It is what it is. So don't worry about that. But guys, we need to talk a little bit more about this Lamar situation. So in case anyone so let me see if I can do this in case people haven't seen it already. Also, shout out to everyone as well. Any one of you who might be in here who helped donate to Lawrence Owen this last week. He was having that issue with his father passing away and was asking for help with some of the situations that unfortunately, due to the passing, kind of left him and his family in. And through, everyone's help, we're able to help him at least in some way be able to handle a little bit of the services and some of the problems they were having. So again, if anyone in here showed Lawrence love this last week and, either donated or sent him kind messages, everything else that was going on, I appreciate everyone who did that for him. But let me see if I can pull this up. So, okay, so let me see here. So, from what we're hearing is the NFL management here's a memo. The NFL Management Council sent out a memo earlier stating that, or warning teams not to negotiate with a man named Ken Francis about Lamar Jackson. Now, what's going on is that apparently, so here's the memo. Let me see if I can just show my screen here and we'll go through this together. So the NFLPA has informed us that a person by the name of Ken Francis, who is not an NFLPA certified agent, may be contacting clubs and attempting to persuade club personnel to enter into negotiations with or concerning Lamar Jackson, who is currently under the Non-Exclusive Franchise Act. As an uncertified person, Mr. Francis is prohibited from negotiating offer sheets or player contracts or discussing potential trades on behalf of any NFL player regarding player or assisting and advising with respect to such negotiations. So apparently Ken Francis, who, by the way, is a business partner of Lamar Jackson. Okay, so if you look back at this, so yeah, Ken Francis is a Florida man who most recently was pitching a home fitness invention. I'm told he is now trying to negotiate a 9-figure contract with teams. Now, here's the thing. So the NFL sent this out, meaning they had some kind of evidence or a link back to this guy saying that this is what happened. Now, the funny part is you get this. Lamar Jackson tweeting out saying, stop lying, that man never tried to negotiate for me. And if you go onto Lamar's page, this just dropped. My business partner Ken and I will be dropping the entire gym this summer, which is the home fitness invention that he was talking about. So it's clear that this Ken Francis guy is a partner that they're in business with each other. So clearly they have business with each other. So I'm just trying to figure out, for me, guys, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, so why is it that the NFL is sending this out and yet Lamar is denying all of it, saying that there is never a time that Ken has done anything as such? So why is it that the NFL would send this out if they didn't think that there was something solid behind it? So either Lamar is lying about all this, he's lying about it, or now or the NFL has something going on, or Baltimore has something going on. I don't know. But for me, guys, I don't know if you feel the same way. Leave me a note in the comments. And what you guys think. Does this sort of situation make you guys seem wary of wanting to actually sign Lamar Jackson? Because look, I mean, we've seen, obviously, we know that he's gonna want at least around $200 million in guaranteed money. And it's just becoming more and more of a drama piece with him. It has to be. Okay, so Tyler's saying no. I mean, I'm just wondering because it's very odd to me that this is it's just so weird because I don't see any reason why I don't see any reason why the NFL would send that out. Like, what's the point in the NFL trying to sabotage Lamar out of a contract? The NFL knows they need Lamar on a team. So if anything, they want him to be on there and to be able to, make them money by him being on the field. I mean, I'm at that situation where the more I keep hearing about this, the more I'm just saying to myself, I don't know if I really want this around. I'm wondering what you guys think because it is extremely weird to see Lamar doing this to himself. Shout out to the 100 people in here right now, guys. Be sure to like the stream. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, there's no reason for the NFL to put this out. There's no reason for it unless they felt like there was something going on. And clearly, someone has been contacting teams, enough teams to find out that, this same guy is calling on behalf of Lamar Jackson. So if Lamar does know something about it, then it makes it worse. If he doesn't know, then he might need to get a hold of Ken instead of telling all these people that the NFL is lying and that there's nothing going on. So I don't know, man. It just seems it just seems really bad. What do you mean? So put all bad news on Lamar, the black quarterback. What do you mean? Race has nothing to do with this. It has nothing to do with this. It is only about him saying contradictory to what the entire NFL is now saying. NFL's trying to create havoc. But I mean, at the end of the day, you still don't want one of the most electrifying quarterbacks of your generation to not be on a team performing for your product. It doesn't matter how much havoc you wreak. If you wreak havoc, it doesn't matter. That can result in you losing millions of dollars. Yeah, exactly. There's no reason to bring race into this at all. Exactly. Love to see him with the horseshoe, but I don't see Ballard actually doing it. Maybe not. Lamar Jackson don't want to follow the script. That's hilarious. I don't know, man. It's so weird because, and now I'm sitting here, so I'm saying this guy wants a big contract. You're going to have to trade 2 firsts for him. And now you got this issue of drama going on with him and a business partner. So is that a real NFL memo? Yes, it's a real NFL memo. Every big name is putting this out. Everyone. So and you know what, Angie, I would agree with you. I think that it might not be an issue with Lamar, but I think that him saying that this antic going on is not true is not helping by putting out a tweet and making a joke of the situation. I mean, it doesn't help. It doesn't help that he's making a fool of the situation. Like, this is a serious situation. This is a person who is supposedly not a certified NFLPA agent trying to make business deals on behalf of Lamar. And Lamar saying that the person that the NFL is accusing against is that's not true. It's a weird way to go about it. It's weird. Like, I mean, no one at all was saying that. No one was saying at all that that Lamar was involved in any of these. It could have just been somebody just going out of the blue. But then he's making a mockery of it. And then 10 minutes later, then posts the video that he made with his business partner to drop a home fitness thing. So again, it makes total freaking sense. So it's kind of like, you're making a light of the situation when you shouldn't be. That's your problem right now with Lamar. Oh yeah, bring the juice. How about you boys? Hey, Cody's in here. How about you boys being in the Alec Pierce video? Oh yeah. Let me see if I can find that. Because I can find that and then put it up. Let me y'all should be able to hear this.
Be our next guy.
Alec Pierce has the speed, the size to go up and just, big boy some D-backs.
You guys been following Alec Pierce this summer? Alec Pierce has been one of these guys that has been like an Instagram sensation for all the routes that he has been putting on. And he's not just a savvy route runner. He's also an angry route runner.
Looking for Alec Pierce. He's got it! Touchdown!
Alec Pierce has been a saving grace for this team in a lot of different circumstances.
He's had a couple catches tonight. You just kind of scratch your head wondering, how did he get it? But the rookie again, it's a shot from Pierce. He caught it. Oh, what a play!
And the Colts have a big play through the air.
Alec Pierce for catch.
Looking for Alec Pierce. Makes an adjustment on the ball, and he catches it.
The rookie out of Cincinnati, terrific in the air.
I think moving forward, he's going to be a pretty good player for the Colts.
So both Cody and I had our audio used in that video for Alec Pierce. I mean, that's pretty freaking funny, man. I didn't expect this. Oh man. Tank for Williams. No, we're not tanking for Williams. Who is more washed, DH or JT? Are you talking about DeAndre Hopkins or who's DH? Brandon, don't worry. Minshew's not going to be the starter. Do we still have Deion Jackson or Lindsey? We still have Deion. Look up the free agents real quick. Oh, who's more watched? Derrick Henry? Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Well, it's obviously Derrick Henry because Derrick Henry's been in the league longer. He's had more wear and tear on his body. I don't know how anyone can say that Jonathan Taylor is washed. All right, I'm going to share this. Derek, did you see the GM of the Texans saying they love AR, and on the first take this morning they had the Texans selecting him? That would be hilarious. I'm just saying this. If CJ or Bryce Young happens to fall to 3, I'm just saying, y'all, Colts need to jump to 3. Anything and everything to get him. So is there anyone on this list, guys, from a wide receiver standpoint that you guys think is important to that you guys think we should continue to try to get? I think that there's a few guys on this list that we could add, but I'm not sure, to be honest. I mean, it's not a big class. It's not a high value class. The only one that I could see like Indy actually going for at this point is DJ Chark. I think that's probably the only one on this list that I'm like potentially looking at getting. I mean, obviously OBJ is just not a thing anymore, but you know, DJ Chark would be a pretty solid one, especially for his age and his skill set. I think that would be awesome, but McCole Hardman's already off of the chart, but and then if I go and I check, like, I always check the guards because I know Indy's looking for some. I'll say this, y'all. Who is it? Dalton Risner would be a great one for Indy to get at guard. I think Bobby Hart could be another one. But I don't know a ton of these other guys that you could go after and get. What about that guard from the Bengals? Which guard from the Bengals? I'm trying to remember. I think you're referring to their tackle. Yeah, I was going to say, I think you're referring to Jonah Williams, who is the tackle that's getting replaced. Colton. Y'all be talking about the quarterbacks the whole freaking time. All right, last position here that we'll talk about, and then we'll get into more of the quarterback talk, because that's what everybody loves talking about right now, right? Any corners that you guys have here that you would want to have? I'll tell you this, Shaquille Griffin would be a great one for me because he's still 27 and he's shown he can be at least a really good number 2 corner. So it'd be really awesome to have him. Rock Yassin being back would be pretty nice, especially since he's still young. I think there's a few guys that we could get here that's really awesome. Bryce Young's pro day was lackluster. I don't know. I didn't see it, so you know I can't speak on that. You don't want Rock back? Why is that? He played pretty well his rookie year and then his 3rd year. Yeah, Dalton Risner, then get DeJuan Jones. I don't know if you'd want to move Braden Smith back. Kyle Fuller. Yeah, that could be a solid one for depth and everything. Yeah, the only thing is you need a bona fide true number 1. I don't know if we need anything. What up, Caleb? How you doing, man? So, what's everybody think of this Colts scenario for the quarterback? Everyone think we're going AR at 4, or are we going with a different name? I see everyone keep trashing Levis, and I just don't understand why. I truly just don't understand why. It just doesn't make any sense. Are you blocked? No, you're not blocked. And Levis has no accuracy. Yo, if you want to talk about accuracy, then literally all you have to do is just look at the difference between him and Anthony Richardson. Tell me who's more accurate. Levis has always been more accurate. The problem is that everyone likes looking at just the numbers and not taking into account anything else that's important. I mean, that's the only problem, is nobody ever wants to take into account everything. I want CJ Stroud be following us, but obviously don't think he's going to be on the board. So I think Anthony Richardson plus training with Minshew makes sense. Yeah, I think so. Thought on possibility of drafting Zay Flowers. Hey, if Zay Flowers is still there at pick 35 and the Colts want to go insane with a slot receiver, they can do that. I mean, the only thing is you have Isaiah McKenzie now. Larry, listen. Okay, so let me reiterate this for a fact. He said he only did it for a TikTok video that made fun of everything about it. And now he regrets doing it because now everyone assumes that he drinks coffee with mayonnaise. He does not do that. He only attempted to do it twice. He only did it for TikTok videos. That's the only thing. I'm just saying. Yo, Bryant Williams with the $20 super chat. A loyal member to the channel. Greatly appreciate you, Bryant. If you listen to the interview Bob Cooter recently did, he focused on guys with tools. AR-15 or Will Mayo and Mike Up Levis is our future. I'm fine with either because I believe in our coaching staff's coaching abilities. Well, hey, thank you first off, Brian, with the $20 super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the channel. Yeah, I mean, that's all of what it's about, right? Is having tools that you can work upon, right? And what do the Colts deem is better tools? What do they deem it as? I mean, it's just how it is. I like Stetson Bennett. Get the hell out of here. If Hooker didn't get hurt, he'd be a top 10 pick. Maybe, but that'd be a big mistake. We can't have a TikTok quarterback. I agree. TikTok is trash, y'all. But I mean, at the same time, it's just how this generation is nowadays, man. Everyone's on it. All right, Adam, chill a little bit, y'all. Hendon Hooker fanboys have arrived in the chat. Yeah, they're always in full swing, bro. It's how it always is. Yeah, Stetson Bennett, who's been on a team that has been comprised of the two best defenses that college football has ever seen, to go along with, everything else going for him. There's no shot. Stetson Bennett gonna be Drew Brees. The hell he is. Scream not official until the hat comes out. What do you mean? Oh, are you talking about the cowboy hat? Bro, I ain't wearing that. Not right now. I ain't wearing that right now. Do you see Ballard drafting a studded defense at 4 and trading up in the second? I've seen a lot of people talk about doing that, and I really do not see it happening. I really do not. You got a lot of situations where at 35, you can get a really good defensive player. You don't need to worry about that. Mike, maybe another time I'll get it out. This is Jacob Eason 2.0. That's hilarious. I just don't get why no one can tell me a definitive reason why Levis is so bad. They just point to either the stats or they point to a comparison between a player, and they just don't get it. Jacob Eason better than Will Levis. That's hilarious. Now that is hilarious. Yes, I did watch Kentucky at times. And guess what? He has no NFL receivers on his roster. He has no offensive lineman NFL guys on his roster. His best player on that team was his running back that was hurt for half the year, and their defense is trash. And they had a whole lot of things that did not go well for him. He was the only guy on that roster that's an NFL player. The only one. I mean, he had no options. We might be getting Lamar. Can't rule that out. Bro, I'm telling you right now, there is no shot that Lamar ends up in Indy. There's just no shot. After the drama that we're seeing today and everything else going on, there's no shot that there's just no shot that they do that. Why is that? Well, because he has too much drama going on right now with the issue going on with his contract. And there's no one can get a definitive answer on what kind of contract is going to be suitable. It's just how it is. No, there's no shot we start Gardner Minshew. There's no shot. Do I think we should move up to number 3? I'll say this, after we find out what that number 1 pick is, you definitely need to consider it. You definitely need to. Yeah, Andrew Luck was elite. I mean, Andrew Luck was a generational quarterback, though. Y'all are literally, I see so many of you commenting just Will Anderson and then Hendon Hooker. I'm telling you right now, guys, it is not going to work out. It is not going to work out. Hendon Hooker is Malik Willis, but a better passer and a lot less athletic. He's Malik Willis. He's from the same situation. His situation is the same thing as Malik Willis's was. Malik Willis, who was in a one-read system, the same BS excuse that y'all gave me about CJ Stroud, and now a ton of you are on the CJ Stroud bandwagon right now. Y'all can't even point to the same thing with Hendon Hooker being the problem. That's the problem right now. We should trade our first rounder for Zach Wilson. Oh, man, we've got the trolls in here now, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be surprised if Ballard makes a move that will shake up the whole first round. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. I mean, Ballard's playing with is playing with time right now. He needs to. I mean, he needs to get this decision right. Who do you think is Ballard's guy that he thinks is the best, like the teaser said? Man, teaser. It's a good question. I mean, that can be implied for anybody, right? That can be just implied. That can be implied to anyone. Yes, his job's on the line regardless. If he doesn't go and get the quarterback, then it is what it is. I mean, I don't know if he can convince Jim Irsay to suck for one more year just to ensure that we get Drake May or Caleb Williams or one of these guys, right? I don't know if he can convince them one way to say I'd be better if you did something later, but I don't think that's what's going to happen here, guys. You never know. Houston could take Richardson. Hey, I'm all for it. Like, you know, and here's the funny thing too. Like, let's say somehow, some way that Bryce Young happens to fall to number 3. Somehow, some way. I don't even think it will happen. I don't think it will happen because I don't think Houston would let him go. But let's just say, for all intents and purposes, let's just say somehow, some way, Bryce Young falls to number 3, or falls to 3, and Indianapolis trades up to go and get Bryce Young at number 3. How would you guys feel about that? If say Stroud gets taken at number 1, and then the Texans pull off some BS and go with Richardson at number 2, how would you feel about them getting that? Take him with no hesitation. Adam, listen, bro. This is one of my prized possessions. I love this. So I don't know if I'll be having it taken down anytime soon. I need to get something else to put up here. But right now I'm still emotional about that. How is this pro day? I mean, from all intents and purposes, from what I heard, it was fine. Yes, Paris Campbell signed this. Yes, Paris Campbell has signed that, so that's why that's there. Because I'm a huge fan of Paris Campbell. And here's the thing. If we went and got Bryce Young at 3, if somehow, some way, that Bryce Young falls because of his size, you know what? At the end of the day, if Bryce Young fails as a quarterback and you took him at 3, then I'm not going to sit here and say that Ballard made a bad decision. You just ultimately find out that Bryce Young wasn't meant to cut out for this league. But clearly from an everything standpoint, he's the second most complete quarterback ready for the NFL, in my opinion. And for most people, he's number one. Move the Paris and bring the juice signs around. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I might have to. I don't want to move this or move these. I think these are good where they're at, but I need to find something for that. I only have so much space to work with. So it's kind of hard to, space some things out. I would probably put this somewhere else, like just somewhere else in the room or something. But I'd have to get another really good piece of Colts, either a poster or something else given to me in order to put it here. I guarantee you Young is Shane's guy. I don't know, man. I have no idea. Do you have a JT autograph? No, I don't. No, I don't. I would like to get a JT autograph at some point. That'd definitely be cool. Or if I could get like a Shaq poster and put it up here, that would be awesome too. Or even a Big Q. I want to just get like a Big Q, Jonathan Taylor, Shaq Leonard poster, all of them like together, and get the signatures of all of them, and then just put it up there. That'd be cool. Oh, nice. I actually have this guy right here, which is pretty cool. Peyton Manning signature. It is an actual signature. So this is really cool. Something that my Uncle Greg got for me, which is really freaking awesome. Really appreciate that. This is going to forever remain a piece of the podcast there. Clutch, man, if that was true, then Lamar would have been with Indy by now. It's just the truth. I mean, it's the literal truth. If there was not one guy that they would rather just take, I would just say they would do that. Who do we take in the second? That all depends, man, on how the rest of that goes. Yeah, Hustleman Jones, I did see that. That's pretty funny. Who do we take in the second? I don't know. Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Uncle Craig. Yeah, what's up? What's up, JDW? Yo, JDW, you want to pop in real quick, bro? You want to hop into this? I can send you a invite on Twitter. I don't think Lamar wants to come to Indy. I'm sending you a link right now, JDW. There you go. Hop in. Who do you think is the best wide receiver in the class? Oh, no question. It's Jackson Smith and Jigba. No question. No question. How about Juice Fella doing thread interview, Lamar upcoming video and thread? I heard about that. Do you still want Colts to draft a wide receiver at the second or third? I'm fine with it. If they deem that there is a player in that second round that is worthy of getting a pick at that spot. That's what it is. It's who do they think is going to? No, Quentin Johnston is not better than Jackson Smith and Jigba. No shot. No shot. He's not. He's a tall, big man that can make contested catches, but he does nothing better other than the fact that he's taller. He does nothing better. Are you gonna be live draft night? Oh, you know it. You know it. I'm gonna be out there in the living room, and I'm gonna have all my friends and some of my family over here, and we're gonna do the same thing we did before. We're gonna be live for when the Colts do this draft. Same thing we've been doing over the last 3 years now. So we're going to be there. Now, Julian, I would say that's a possibility that the Indianapolis Colts could go and get Lamar after. We will just have to see how draft night goes. Quentin Johnson is Kelvin Benjamin 2.0. I love how y'all keep saying that, like these comparison 2.0s. No, you're good, Carl. I definitely think they will. Hey, Trevor Braceu with the Bashir with the YouTube membership. Hey, appreciate it, man. Thank you for becoming a member. Don't bring me on set. Yeah, I have to adjust the camera. All right. I got it. I got to sign back into this so I can make you a member. Don't worry. I'll make you a moderator at some point, Trevor. Just remind me in another stream, and I'll make sure I get you. I promise I'll make sure I get you once I get logged back into this. But thank you again for becoming a member of the Got Juice family. Appreciate it. I would be sick to my stomach if we went with a defensive player at number 4. I'd be sick to my stomach. I think Shane can improve AR's accuracy plus JT in the backfield. I agree. I think he can improve in his mechanics. We got to wait until JDW gets his camera set up the way he wants. I'm sure he'll give me the thumbs up when he's ready. Jackson Smith and Jigba looked good at his pro day yesterday. I heard about that. I only use YouTube for Bring the Juice and the Anvil shows. Hey, Adam, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate that. Jackson might go to the Titans. Won't that be terrible for us? Oh, dude, absolutely. It'd be terrifying. Terrifying. What's your thoughts on Deontay Banks? I'm all for us getting Deontay Banks. He fits, if I'm not mistaken, I think he fits the mold of a Chris Ballard type of corner. I think he's big, if I'm not mistaken. It does in that moment. Okay, so let's bring JDW into here. Yo!
What's up?
What's up, dude?
Not nothing. Just feeling a little upset watching these Razorbacks play basketball.
What's happening? Are they getting beat?
Yeah. 46-29.
Damn. Getting destroyed. By who?
Connecticut.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We just beat Kansas. Whatever.
Just beat Kansas, but your luck ran out on that one, buddy.
Our luck has
They
ran
shouldn't
out
have even beaten
7
Kansas
years
to
ago.
begin with, so.
Yeah.
Oh,
whatever.
Man. It happens. Hey, at least y'all had that one big upset, though. You know, that must have been fun.
Yeah, considering we didn't do much in football this year. We got something.
Yeah, absolutely. Bro, tell me, you've seen the Lamar Jackson BS going on today, right? What's your take on all that, man? Like that's weird.
So at first, I made a video saying, the Colts may trade for Lamar, and at first I'm like, yeah, let's trade for him. But then a few days go on, and I'm like, no, it's easy to say yes. It's easy to, just say yes to a player like that, but you have to realize you're going to have to give up at the very least 2 first-round picks. You're going to have to guarantee him, almost his whole contract, if not all of it. And, honestly, I don't think it's worth it because he's been injured the last few years too. He doesn't shy away from the big hits. I just think you get someone that's a bit more interesting in this year's draft than Anthony Richardson, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just think I think for me, it's not the fact that, this is going on. I think the fact that Lamar is mocking the whole situation, which is insanely weird, like that it doesn't seem like a person who, is really caring about the whole situation very much. Like he's basically insinuating that the NFL is making this up. So it's really, really odd.
Interesting.
That
Yeah.
Because they would put this out and then Lamar would just come out and say, nah, don't quit lying. Yeah, that man never negotiated for me. So either the NFL has something completely mixed up or Lamar is lying. And if Lamar actually cared, he would have came out and said, this is not true. I've talked with Ken and I've been with him on multiple occasions. I assure you, he's never done anything of that sort.
What if it's just a money thing though?
But even then, like we still wouldn't believe Lamar completely because he's not with this guy 24/7. He doesn't know what he does.
Right. I don't mean like the money situation with Lamar and him wanting money. I mean like maybe the NFL getting more money, from more clicks and stuff like that. Maybe that.
Maybe that's why he plugged the home fitness invention that his partner was with him in the first place afterwards. That probably explains why. But yeah, it's weird. It's such a weird spot. And now I'm just kind of like, I don't know how much I like this situation now.
No, I wouldn't touch it. I mean, honestly, like, how many times have you seen a quarterback being paid this, these huge sums of money and, the team goes on and stays successful for a long time or they win championships other than Patrick Mahomes, is there really one? Because Tom Brady took a pay cut all the time and all that. But, I don't know. I'm just not all for it. It's easy to say, yeah. It's easy to say why not and bring a talent like him on in, especially when we've been so quarterback thirsty. It's easy to say yeah, but you also have to step back and realize you trade for this guy. If you trade all these assets, you pay him all this money. Is he going to stay healthy throughout the season? Is he going to be able to be healthy for at least, how old is he now? Like 26, 27, maybe something like that.
Yeah, he's 27, I think.
In about 5 years, is his body going to hold up? Is he going to be able to play solely? I mean, he's probably never going to be, slow to the point where he has to just play in the pocket. But, at some point in your career, you have to be able to sling it from the pocket effectively. And, I think he's very good at throwing in the pocket. I think he's very overrated or not overrated. I think he's overhated. I think he's a very good thrower of the football. He's, he's known for his running, but I think people underestimate his throwing ability a bit. But you got to look at it from the long haul. I don't think it's worth trading, 2 or 3 first round picks and giving him, like 250, 300 million guaranteed, something like that. Something crazy he's going to want. That's what he wants, but I don't think it's worth it.
Weird how it is, but
if you're going
to, yeah, kind of going off of that, I think I don't even remember what it is that we were talking about before you hopped in here. I think we were just going off the rabbit trail here of
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Talking about which receiver is the best receiver coming out of the draft class.
No, he's
if your answer is anything other than in Jigba, then
okay, listen. From a value standpoint and drafting receiver high, Jigba hasn't played on the outside. He can't,
Yes, he has. He has played on the outside. In 2021, He played on the outside. He lines up on the inside the majority of the time, but when you had a guy
But a
like
lot?
Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave, who were both playing on the outsides for you, who were both first-round draft picks in 2021, he mainly lined up on the inside. But against Utah, when he played against Utah, his percentage of catches, he made more catches outside the hash marks than he did on the inside of the hash marks. And remember, that was the same game that he had the greatest stat line of any wide receiver in the history of college football that game. So, I mean, it's 100%. It's 100% in Jigba.
I think Jordan Addison is phenomenal.
Addison's a great player. I think his stock dropped a lot from his pro day.
Yeah.
Now, granted, because of the fact that the
tested.
pro day was terrible conditions, from what I heard.
Yeah. But still, you're going to play in terrible conditions in the NFL once in a while.
Yep, that is very true.
So
it's just at USC, you don't ever deal with that. You don't deal with those kinds of conditions. It's always sunny.
Right.
Yeah, I don't even remember what anyone said on Addison being slow. I thought they said like his 40 time was like almost a 4.6. Like,
damn.
Stop being biased towards Ohio State. I'm not. Even ask Steve Smith. Ask Steve Smith what he thinks, and he'll tell you the same exact thing, that Njigba's the best one. His route running is a beat far and beyond anyone else's. And what is something, honestly, like of the top 5 wide receivers in the league, JDW, there's one thing that all of them have versus everyone else, and they're all the best route runners. They're all the best route runners. 4 of the top 5 guys that are receivers in this league, they don't run up sub 4.4s. They don't run that. They have 4.5s, sometimes even almost 4.6s. But the thing that separates them is they know how to get open against man coverage. They know how to do it.
Yeah. That's what, of all traits that really transitions well from college to pro, it's route running. That always translates so well. So any receiver that can route run, incredibly well, they're going to transition well. They're going to play well. As long as they have the right head on their shoulders.
Yeah. I mean, again, speed almost doesn't even matter when it comes to, obviously speed is a little bit, it does matter, but it's severely overblown in how important it actually is. It's just, it's not important as much as it should be. I mean, you can get away with the fact that you run a 4.5, but if your ability to separate, if your agility and your ability to move in a lateral direction is good, then no one cares. I mean, Cooper Kupp ran a 4.6 at the combine. Like, nobody talks about Cooper Kupp in speed. No one cares about his speed. He doesn't outrun anybody. He just knows how to get open. I
like to say this. You don't need to run fast. You just need to be able to play fast. Those are 2 totally different things. If you play fast, you're going to be all right. If you run fast, it's not, it's kind of like a bonus. It's a perk if you do. If you don't, you don't. Kind of like, the perfect example, John Ross. He broke the 40-yard record, and where the heck is he now? New York? Or at home?
I don't even know. I don't think he's in the league anymore, if I'm not mistaken.
Jeez.
If I'm not mistaken, I don't even think he's in the league anymore. I mean, it just goes to show you. It's just one of those situations where he's just not going to be able to do much. I mean, it's just one of those situations.
Did you see
people being savage out here? Oh, there's no fun. There is no filter when it comes to this chat, man. You know how it is.
Yeah, it makes it fun though.
Yeah. Does Marvin Harrison Jr. It's hilarious because isn't that funny? Like, we were having this debate, what was it, a year ago? Who was the best wide receiver in the entire country? Was it Chris Olave or was it Garrett Wilson? And you asked Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave, they told you the same answer, Jackson Smith and Jigba. It wasn't them. It was in Jigba. So, folks, just letting y'all know, Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave, who were the 2 front runners for Offensive Rookies of the Year last year, we're telling you before this year, before Njigba got hurt, that Njigba was better than both of them. And that was a year and a half ago. And Njigba has had more time to get better, despite the fact that, it is what it is. Njigba would tell you the same thing. And then afterwards, now it's kind of ironic that, now Marvin Harrison Jr. comes into the frame, and now Marvin Harrison Jr. is by far and away the best wide receiver in all of college football, and will probably go down as one of the most tremendous college draft prospects at wide receiver that we've ever seen. It's kind of funny.
Yup. Hey, did you
Harrison
see
Jr. better than Jackson? Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100% is better.
Who's that helmet signed by? I know you picked it up and you were showing it, but I think I was just joining and fixing stuff as you were talking about it.
Wait, what's up?
Who's that helmet signed by?
Oh yeah, this is Peyton Manning. The Peyton Manning signature. It's got an actual certificate to go along with it. So I'm telling you,
I have
right
an edge
now,
one.
it is
It's a
an
mini
actual
one, though.
signature, an actual Peyton Manning signed helmet.
You have to get a case for it, one of those nice cases.
Yeah, I know. I definitely got to get something for it, but
Yeah.
it is absolutely a real signature.
I have an edge one in my background. It's pretty cool. It's a mini one, though. It's not a big one, but still.
Nice.
Something. So did you see in the I'm sure you saw it in the Colts video with Alec Pierce that they had you?
Yeah, me and Cody were in it.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
was
I
cool.
thought it was hilarious. We showed it early. I showed it earlier in the thing, and
That's
it was
cool.
awesome. I love that. I love that was there. I was just scrolling through Twitter, and then somebody tagged me in something. I was like, "Is that Derek Larger right here?" I'm like, "Oh, let's check this out."
I was
And
getting
then-
ready to tag you. I don't know if I ended up doing it or not.
I don't know. I don't think so. I saw just some random account tag me in it, and it was like, let's check this out. And then I saw this Colts video, and I'm like, there's no shot, right? And then I hear my voice, and I'm like, oh shoot! Like,
Oh, that's sick. That's sick.
That was awesome, dude. I couldn't believe it.
That's sick. Yeah. That's sick. What else? Oh, did you talk about the Gardner Minshew and Anthony Richardson?
I haven't talked about that.
With them working
but
out?
Yeah, it was hilarious. Yeah, Gardner Minshew and Anthony Richardson have both been working out in Florida, which I think is hilarious. That's even a story, because it's just like, because Gardner Minshew spends a lot of time in Florida because he was originally, a Jacksonville Jaguar, so he spends a lot of time there. And of course, Anthony Richardson would be down there because that's where his school is. So it doesn't surprise me that that those two would be together.
Oh, come
But
on. Don't be like
it's speculation, right? We love to make that a bigger story than what it actually is. So
Yeah.
Adam, how many games you coming to this year? Well, I know I'm going to the Indy Cleveland game because I'm going to be going with my friend to that one. I think I'll be going to the Cincinnati game in Cincinnati for that one because my brother and his friends live down there.
We
and
want
one
a
of his
game day
friends is a
vlog.
Bengals fan, so
We
those
want a
might
game
be
day
the only
vlog.
games that I go to potentially.
Did you hear me?
What's up?
Is my mic low?
It's certain times it is.
We need a game vlog, like a game day vlog.
Yeah, I'll do those. I'll do those when I do that. I've done
Better.
vlogs like that in the I've done vlogs like that with other ones. I've done it with Dallas, and I did it I also did the vlog when we went to training camp. So I'll definitely do more of those. And if we get invited to training camp again, I'll do another vlog with the training camp stuff. So Florida's a big state, Derek. Yeah, but you act like as if these guys don't communicate with one another. Like NFL players and future NFL players, they get together. It's not hard to find each other if you're in the same state. It's not hard.
Yeah, but the coincidence of him being the Colts quarterback now too.
Yeah, but it was before that, though, right? I mean, he was working out with Richardson before he became an Indianapolis Colt quarterback. It's different. It's different.
Yeah. So I have a question to ask you.
What's that?
How do you feel about Bryce Young's size? I know that's a big thing, and I'll tell you how I feel, but I want to hear how you feel about it first.
I'm just going to say this. He is the same size as Kyler Murray, and we're seeing what's happening with Kyler Murray now.
But he's a completely different. Okay, no, never mind.
It's a different kind of player. So I will admit that it is a situation where Kyler relies a lot more on his feet than what Bryce Young does. Which I think that, does give me some cause for optimism, because I do think that he can overcome those things, because he is much more of a passer than what Kyler Murray is. But it does leave me extremely concerned about the longevity of him, because it's very hard to just find a guy that is 5'10", a buck and a half, and tell me that he can survive getting hit by 300-pounders all for all the better part of 10 years.
Yeah,
I just don't think it's going to happen.
And if you're going to draft the guy number 1 overall, or in the top 5, or top 10, top 5, but especially in top 3, number 1 overall, if you're going to draft a guy that high, you're expecting him to be the guy for 10 to 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
And being what he weigh in at 204, 5'10",
yeah, which is 3 pounds lighter than Kyler Murray.
Yeah, that's scary. I think he is. If you watch the film, he is incredibly intelligent. He's just a fantastic football player. He's a fantastic quarterback. It's just how long is he going to last? And, him seeing over them 6'5", 6'7" monsters, I think he's going to have to play a game like Russell Wilson did, because, is he really going to be able to see over the middle of the field that well? I know his completion and stuff was good over the middle of the field and all that, but, and, another thing I want to say is, his situation is much worse than the other guys that were there previously.
Do I want AR or Levis? I want AR. I would rather take AR.
Oh,
just
did you
because see? I think Shane Steichen could use both of them. I just think from a totality standpoint, I think that if you can make AR a better passer, like, I don't know how much more of an athlete you can make Will Levis, but I think that when you mix AR's athletic ability with his potential to become an even better thrower than what he already is, I think that immediately just jumps him. I think that's what it is.
I agree. I like AR a lot more.
I think
Levis has a high ceiling.
How they want to run their offense is important.
Yeah. Levis has a high ceiling, but, he also has a very low floor.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, AR is that kind of guy that, if he doesn't work out, he drains this team. Chris Ballard loses his job, and we're starting all over again.
But honestly, maybe that's for the better if he doesn't work out at this point.
It's always a chance to rebuild, but it's just one of those situations. It's so weird, right? With Indianapolis over the first basically from 2000 all the way to 2017, 2016, we had almost 20 years of this team having an exceptional quarterback.
And you know what's sad?
What?
We got 1 ring out of that.
There's
Grigson did. Andrew Luck. That situation is a little different.
Teams that would kill to have any rings. It's one of those situations. I know a lot of fans will sit here and will say that, we only got 1 ring out of it. There's teams that would kill to be able to be in that situation, even if they never won another one again, just to say that they did. And the fact that Indianapolis had multiple times where they almost did win it again, just couldn't quite capitalize on all of it. it's just one of those situations. Again, the first time around, you can say Indianapolis as a totality with Peyton Manning being there for over a decade, that it was a failure to have him win only one. I mean, you could say that if you want to. The Andrew Luck situation, we all know what the problem was. The fact that the GM was so incompetent on building the rest of the roster behind their franchise quarterback. If Ballard would have had Andrew Luck from the start, then this team would have won a Super Bowl by now. But it just wasn't that way. We had the franchise quarterback, but not the GM. Now we have the GM, but we don't have the franchise quarterback. So it's kind of in a situation where you're kind of screwed one way or the other. So
one signing I really liked I really like Isaiah McKenzie. I like that signing.
Wait, what's up?
I like the Isaiah McKenzie signing.
Yeah, I think it was good. Definitely a great option for a slot receiver. I definitely think it opens some things up. Still doesn't change the fact that the Colts need to still have their number one guy. Who knows if Pittman's going to be that or not?
Pittman, he pissed me off last year quite a few times.
Oh yeah, I think he pissed a lot of Colts fans off because there are multiple times with the game on the line and the dude dropped some of the biggest passes of the season. It's just it wasn't the Michael Pittman we were used to seeing. So. No. Maybe there's new fire this year. I have no idea. But
I think I saw one of the interviews he had. I think when I don't remember who got here. I don't remember when it was, but he just seemed happier. I don't know what happened, but I noticed he just seemed happier like in his media meetings compared to the season, which I mean, not that difficult to be much happier when that season.
Oh yeah, that's you. Okay. That's hilarious, bro. I didn't realize that was you. Hold on. We're gonna watch this because he wants us to talk about this. You should watch Orlovsky's breakdown of AR's passing. He's a way better passer than he's made out to be. All right, well let's watch it then. I'll share my screen, and we'll do this together then.
I'm pretty into this. I mean, this is big boy throw. Huh. We don't like that. This is the guy that has accuracy problems. I just want to make sure. 5-man protection for Florida. The 5 offensive linemen are sliding that way. Don't know their rules. 3 defensive linemen. Nickel is going to come unblocked. I don't know what he's getting taught as far as hots or whatnot. Should this tackle go out there? He doesn't. I'm not saying he knows he's hot or he doesn't know he's hot. What I'm saying is that guy comes unblocked. And he is getting hit right in his left knee as that ball is getting thrown over that guy to that player. This is the guy that we're making the conversation or making the statement of has accuracy issues.
That's one point.
I don't see it. I just don't see it. I have very few examples of accuracy issues.
I mean, here's the thing. So obviously a lot of people say it's chalked up to one play. I understand what they're saying about that. I get it. It was one play. But I've also watched a ton of AR actual like film with Landon Oliver over at the Blue Stable. I've watched a ton of that. And believe me, there's a lot. The biggest problem he has is he does have a few times where when he's throwing to his left, he has a tendency to underthrow or overthrow people's routes sometimes. And that's something that can be fixed. It's an inconsistency problem. It's not an accuracy problem. And he has plenty of throws where he puts the ball on the money for a lot of his guys. I think the only issue is the fact that it is an inconsistency problem with just getting it to the right spot. Accuracy is not the biggest problem with him. And I'll also mention this because people don't want to talk about it. He never had a quarterbacks coach at Florida. Never. He never had somebody that would sit in a room with him every day and talk about what he needs to do better, what he needs to do on this play, what made that rep not so good. That was the problem. He didn't have that. he didn't have that like a bunch of other people. He wasn't in a great system. He had to rely on himself a lot more than other people. And that's what it is. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm in a situation where I see the good things. I don't hyper focus on the bad. I focus more on what is there and could see that he could do a lot of good with a guy that actually sits down with him every day and talks about his gameplay, unlike what he had as much in Florida.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But I think that's going to do it for this one, guys. I'm going to get off here so I can finish doing my stuff and get ready for bed. I got to go work out in the morning before I go to work. So,
What I like to hear,
Jacob,
getting that work in.
You hopping on here, man.
Yeah. I know I didn't have much to say, but I'm a little tired myself. But
we're just
kind
of like, waiting at this point, right? We're kind of just waiting for Indianapolis to do some more stuff, and if there's anything else that they do, I have no idea. But yeah. But I mean, hey, man, we got just over a month before the draft, and I swear, bro, if we don't get a quarterback, the BTJ live stream is gonna have some very strong recordable content for.
Or if they trade back,
it's gonna be bad.
How about if they trade back? I'm gonna be at the front runner of one of those fan rage compilations of their team not drafting a specific player. I'll be the front runner. I'll be the leading clip. Yeah.
So
you're gonna put a hole in your wall.
We need a video on our tight ends, Derek. Hey, I'll work on that. But yep, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. And as always, guys, go Colts.
Go Colts.